Hello, everybody. This is episode 177 of the Fibertown podcast. It's the 10th of January, 2017. Welcome to the new year. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season. I had a pretty good one, considering I was laid up for a good 2 weeks. Doing much better. I had a minor surgery, but it's funny how you say minor surgery and it still takes a while to recover. So thanks for all your well wishes. I love hearing from you, and I love this community, and I love it when you leave a comment on the Ravelry group or the YouTube. And you can find this podcast on YouTube and iTunes and on my blog, fibertown.blogspot.com. It's been a while since I said that. It's been nearly 4 years that I've been podcasting now. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be back and chatting with you. I have some administrative things. I have some FOs, lots and lots of whips, and a little bit of sewing and some acquisitions. So let's do the business. Let me say hello to Borgia Yarn, and let me pull up your introduction. She is Bo. Bo is her name, and she introduced herself. It's been a while since we've had an introduction, and I get tickled when I see one pop up and I get to give you a shout out. So this is Bo from Ottawa, Canada. Knits, spins, she says about 2 years she's been spinning, and she works at night, permanently at night. So I'm just very curious. I'm trying to think, what kind of job is permanently at night? Anyway, so she is into spinning for meditation. That's lovely. She's trying to knit with only her handspun this year, so our little handspun winter knit along, craft along sounds perfect for you. She wants to knit a very warm pair of socks for Arctic temperatures, and she's open to suggestions for patterns. And she's plying, a big spin of Shetland bamboo top for a sweater or a cardigan. Excellent. Thank you for saying hi, Bo. And if you would like a shout out, you can have one. Just introduce yourself there. So the Comfort Cal has come to a finish, and I have the winner. The winner, let me show you, was number 77. And that is Willow Goldenrod. So congratulations. Now, what you win is this. I'm going to give away so many prizes right now. You get to choose Handspun by me. This one, which is direct from the UK, gift from my friend Claire of New Hampshire Knits, and the Woolly Thistle. This is Porpoise Fur, 92 yards, and that's a UK dyer, and it's Suffolk. So it's a down breed, and it's pretty bulky. And then we have this gorgeousness, which is a fractal spun, Greenwood Fiberworks in the Figs colorway, 320 yards. Don't know why that's packaged up, but it is. And then this is a hobbledehoy. I think this was an art bat, but not too crazy. Just have some thick bits of silk in it. Continental Drift, 70 yards, art bat. So a couple bulkies and a fractal spin. You can choose the one you like best. Now, Willow Goldenrod, that was the Comfort Cal, and I love our cals. And can I just say that the handspun winter cal is already like exploding with inspiration and wonderfulness, and you guys are amazing. So why don't I give away, there's going to be a quick gift for the handspun winter cal. And it's this. The Talon Throw from Brooklyn Tweed, and this is designed by Jared Flood, and I think it'd be amazing out of a fleece spin. So yeah, lovely Brooklyn Tweed pattern, and that's going to 64 in the handspun winter thread, and that's Cthulhu Loves Me. So send me your address and I'll mail it to you. Now, fleece-wise is another thread that is just full of inspiration. So it's kind of funny, we have the Fleecewise thread, which is sort of the preparation stage for the handspun winter cal, as it were. So I have 2 prizes to give away in that thread, and that's all inclusive. You can chatter and you can show works in progress. It's all eligible. All right, so I have 2 prizes from the amazing Ross Farm. Extremely rare, Hog Island, and it is extremely rare. We're talking 100-ish individuals in the world, although the Ross Farm is doing their best and doing a great job, doing their best to increase those numbers. And they take excellent care of their sheep. They're just amazing. Conservation and rare breeds. So the lucky winner of this Hog Island was number 92 in the thread, and that's Iribero, which is Isa from Portugal. I'm so tickled that this is going outside of North America, outside of the United States for that matter. This is a breed that is very close to me geographically, so it's very soulful stash. It's place-based, and it's going to Portugal. So I don't know if Hog Island has ever gone to Portugal. I think this is really special. So Isa, get in touch with me. Send me your address. I will send you this. I think it's just maybe an ounce or 2, but congratulations. Now, congratulations to the second winner of the Ross Farm Bounty. This is a very interesting, it's a blend on the genetic level, as Amy likes to call it. This is Shetland and Leicester Longwool Cross. And this is raw fleece, and it's beautiful. And this is going to number 5 in the thread, who is Melissa, Missamite in Oregon. So Melissa, congratulations. And I'm gonna steal like a lock or 2 out of here, just because I have no raw fleece in my house right now, and I need to have that smell. I need to have that smell in my craft room so that when I walk by, I can get a little whiff of the sheep. And that is not a strange thing. A lot of people feel that way about raw fleece smell. That's it for business, folks, except to tell you that I am wearing one of my favorite new acquisitions. This is from my friend, my very, very talented friend, Sarah Flanners. I will put a link to her Instagram account or maybe her website in the down bar and YouTube. And she is making beautiful aromatherapy jewelry. I guess she calls it sometimes diffuser jewelry. So you might have noticed, I really don't wear jewelry. But I've worn this for several days, and it's got a magnetic clasp, which is just really awesome. I've worn this for several days. You can put just a drop of your favorite essential oil. I love lavender. I love rose geranium. That's my favorite. I find it very soothing and relaxing. So that you just put one little drop on this lava stone in the middle. And then she also makes bracelets, and she makes different kinds of necklaces. But I love this. It's very, very lightweight. I don't notice it's there except for the smell. And then, let's see, I am wearing my Steek cardigan. I showed this last time and I love wearing it with a contrasting color. I think that's very pretty. So you can see the mustard color through the lace. This is a Scout tee that I sewed. And I realized the sleeves of the Scout tee are making the shoulders of this look kind of funky. So maybe I need to sew up a mustard colored tank top. Okay, so let's get started. I have 2 FOs. This one is finished, but the ends are not woven in. This is the Star Shower Cowl, and there's a pretty good representation of the color. This is Hilary Smith Callis. She's the designer. I made this out of Madeline Tosh Light. Now, this is the first time I had worked with Madeline Tosh Light. I'm not sure how I feel about this FO. Oh, it looks kind of cute on. Yeah, I think this is for a beautiful, wonderful friend. I blocked it pretty aggressively. In fact, I see one little point right there I need to steam out because that must be where a pin went all weird. So I think this is really, really nice. I think it's going to go beautifully under a coat. This is for my friend Mary Lee, who lives in Oregon, where they have gotten like no end to snow. She lives in Bend. And is this, I can never tell if it's inside out. It doesn't matter. So Star Shower Cowl, it looks, okay, this looks much better than I thought when I originally tried it on. It's kind of nice. Now, I monkeyed with the pattern, as usual. See at the very bottom, that's a different lace. I made a mistake, and then I kind of liked it, and I said, well, it's the very last repeat, and why don't I make it line up a little differently? This is called Star Stitch, and I won't lie, it wasn't the most fun stitch to work. It was fun enough, but it was just slow. Smells like Celebration Soak. So the Madeline Tush Light, I had never worked with it, but I had worked with its lace weight counterpart years ago when I made a shipwreck shawl. And I really hated that lace weight, which was called Prairie by Madeline Tosh. And I realized that Tosh Merino Light, or TML, is basically the fingering weight equivalent of Prairie. It's a superwash single merino. And I don't know if it's the kind of superwash that is coated in plastic to make it superwash, or it's the kind that is chemically altered to make it superwash. But I really don't like working with it. And I think that's who I am as a knitter now. I think it makes a lovely finished object, and people say it wears very well. I don't know, because I haven't really used anything made out of it. And a lot of people adore this yarn. It just feels somehow, working with it, like it's lacking life. I don't know. That probably sounds strange, but it's lacking some sort of bounce and feels strange to me. But I think Mary Lee's gonna love it. It's her color, it's Glass Bottom Boat, that's the colorway, and slowly but surely getting there for her package. So she's getting the rainbow gauntlets as well. We are bartering. She's incredibly knit worthy, even if we weren't bartering for some of her original artwork in exchange for the knits. Okay. I also made a Kit Kat hat. Where did it go? Kit Kat? Okay, here we go. This is a pattern by Andre Sue Knits. And I'm not going to put it on because the hair is already challenged enough as it is. But this is out of some hand spun. This has not been blocked. You can see my little ladder right there. This was hand spun by me out of, someone gave this to me, and it was lovely fiber. Godiva Yarns. It's a Falkland, and I have 214 yards. Colorway, I don't think there's a colorway name, but the Kit Kat hat is by Andre Sue Knits, Andre Sue on Instagram and Ravelry. And if you have not seen her designer page, she has got a lot of great patterns out there. So when you put this on, it's a free pattern. When you put this on, these edges right here pop up like little kitty cat ears, and you do a little stitch, sort of about 1.5 inches from the edge, and that helps those ears pop a little bit more. So this will be getting a block, a wash, and a model shot. And I do have some of this, I do have quite a bit of this left over. This is the yarn. It was chain plied. And doesn't it look like those coconut candies or maybe Neapolitan ice cream? I need to maybe make some mitts out of it. That's it for FOs. As far as works in progress, I have worked, on my mitered square blanket, which I will not bring out today, but I did, for Advent, I did make 24 squares, maybe even 25, I don't remember. I think Advent's technically just 24 days. I could be making that up. So, what did I do when I was laid up? I could not do much of anything. Thankfully, I could still knit. The day before my surgery, I cast on a sock out of Arnie and Carlos in Regia. Don't know. This is the Twilight colorway. And there's a sock. I knit this super fast. In fact, as I was coming out of anesthesia, I asked for my knitting, and people were like, okay. So now not only have I knit under the influence of alcohol, not often, but it's happened, but I have knit under the influence of potent anesthetic drugs. And it survived, it's fine. So I've done my contrasting heel toe cuff out of this, oh gosh, this was an alpaca tweed wool blend. I think there's acrylic as well. And I'm almost to the end of it. I don't remember the name of it, but it's been a good skein and it's taken me through several socks. So the second one has gone much slower. Just sort of like knit my anxiety away into this sock. And I didn't actually want to touch the second sock for a while, probably because of that. And it's been in my little monkey bag. This is a Jessalou bag, and they're very good quality. I've had that one for a number of years. Let's see, I also cast on some mustache yarn, my one skein of mustache, which is the Sorting Hat colorway. And because I started rereading for the probably 15th time, no joke, Harry Potter. I don't talk about my Harry Potter obsession a lot, but I have one. In fact, if you've heard my phone ring during the podcast, it's Hedwig's theme. And yes, I cast on, this is the Sorting Hat. The cuff is a Blue Moon BFL base, which I used for a sweater knit, which was lovely to knit with. It's not been wearing well. I knit the Old Town by Carol Sunday out of it, and it pills a lot more than I think BFL should. Not bitter. Anyway, I need to rip back to this little blemish here. I did a lot of movie knitting. Not only have I been rereading the books, I've been rewatching the movies. I kind of love this. And it was going to be a sock, but I don't think I can have that. No, I think I need to look at this all the time as some more gauntlets. In fact, I started doing some decreases. Yeah, I adore this. And the striped gauntlets I have currently, I just yank this off, I'm going to rip back anyway. I'm knitting these on US 1.5, 64 stitches, 9-inch circulars. They're great for movie knitting. You really have to get going, have like a dedicated amount of time to get a rhythm going. At least I do. Otherwise, those needles are too slow. Okay, let me show you my Lovage sweater. This is a colorwork sweater by Marie Wallen. And let's see, I am just about ready to separate for the sleeves. I'm re-engineering this top down. It's supposed to be bottom up. I love this current section. The contrast on those colors is great. So this is just out of a variety of yarns, and I found it very useful to put all of the stitch markers in between repeats because it's a lot of stitches. It's fingering weight yarn. It's on US 4s, I think. I'm using Zings, which are very fun. And I have Cornish tin in here. I have Harrisville. I have Jameson. I have some Manx and a mohair blend. I got a lot of these from the Woolly Thistle, and quite a few were also in my stash. Give you a little closer up. I was worried about I think this is the section I may have given it a quick steam just to see how the color work acted, and I love it. This right here is not the greatest contrast, but I still like it. And this is such a great contrast here. And then the blue and orange, and then this section right here I adore. So I was thinking about ripping this back, but I'm not going to. No. These are the current ones. This green is a Harrisville, and this is a Jameson. And yeah, I've tried it on. I've put it on 2 needles. It's good stuff. It's slow going. And in fact, I've changed up my color work technique from 2-handed, which I feel gives me too much, like it's not good for my tension. And I'm getting sort of a puckery fabric. So I've been carrying both yarns in my right hand, and it almost always works. Now, if there are long floats, it's a little trickier. I have to trap the floats, and that's not happening with just carrying 2 colors in one hand. So depending on the row, some rows I'm changing back to my usual 2-handed colorwork style. So I'm just being very careful, and it's meditative, and I'm trying not to just go gangbusters because then I start to go too fast and I get a tighter tension. So it's a forced slowdown. So that's the lovage. And let me show you. I have 2 more works in progress that I can think of. There may be more. And this is the first of the rabbit holes that I've fallen down. I did the Advent mitered square. I wouldn't say rabbit holes. Bandwagons is more like the correct term. I decided to do a crochet granny stripe blanket. It's a blanket. And this has started when I was laid up. It hasn't been touched in a while. Maybe at least a week. Here we go. This is all out of handspun. Handspun scraps. I have so many scraps. Sometimes the weight of the scraps is crushing. Here we go. And it's beautiful, and it's fun, and it's huge. I chained 302 stitches, and I'm using the Attic 24, I think. Whichever one Andre Sunitz does. I just want to do what Andy does. And it's on her project page. So this, I think I have possibly enough handspun scraps for 2 of these. And this is a queen sized. No problem there. This is my magic cake. Oh, there's some hobbledehoy on the outside of that. Potions class, I used that for a hat. There's some really old handspun in here too. I'm using one of my great-grandmother's, Susan Bates, size 5 or F crochet hook. I have some of hers that have like the price on them, 5 cents imprinted. And this is my stash of handspun scraps. Oh, there's some by Sarah Pomegranate, the Cosmic Wonder Worms. Yeah. So I have all of these plus commercial and indie dyed sock scraps as well. It's insane. And I've gotten rid of maybe 5 or 6 pounds of scraps. I don't know how that happened, but that did feel crushing. So I just needed some of them gone. Now the thing here is that the handspun scraps are all different weights. And I'm realizing as it eats up yarn, of course, I'm realizing how heavy this is going to be. This is probably going on 2.5, 3 pounds already. This I weighed and it was 7 ounces. Yeah. So it's not like, okay, these like logical people that are doing theirs out of fingering weights, all fingering weights, those are going to be a lot lighter. This isn't going to be light. This is going to be like a pressure blanket, which is probably a good thing for me. Probably going to weigh you down, force you to be calm. So there's that. It's going back in the Ross Farm bag. And I have one other work in progress. And this has been going for a while, but I think I finally cracked this thing. I am designing a set of mittens. And the reason I say set is that I'm doing 3 different sizes. So I'm almost to the point where I'm ready to send this to test knitters. Do you want to test knit some mittens? Let me tell you about them. They are, let's see, child's large / women's small. The next size is women's medium. And the next size is large, women's large / to men's medium. I know that sounds really weird, but I've tried them on various people and they fit a lot of different people, including women, men. So if that sounds like something you'd like to try, let me know. Here's what's involved in the pattern. They're a fairly long cuff. The cuff has ribbing and color work, but just a little color work. And then the mitten itself is patterned, and the thumb is a very easy garter stitch. The thumb is a forethought thumb in that you knit in some waste yarn and then you unpick it, and so there's no gusset per se. It's like a Norwegian style thumb. And it's designed, the trio are designed to, and I'll just show you the cuffs. The trio are designed to use you should be able to get 3 pairs of mittens, there's a little bit of the color work, out of 3 skeins of Brooklyn tweed loft. And did I say the hand is textured? Yeah, I think so. So you're mixing 3 colors and using them in the color work part in various ways, and then, yeah, you should be able to get 3 pairs, so 6 mittens, 3 pairs out of 3 skeins of Brooklyn tweed loft. Now you may be able to get gauge, which is 7 stitches per inch on a US 2.75. No, that's a 2.75 millimeter. I'm not sure if that's, I'll need to look up the US size. So 7 stitches per inch, whatever needle gets you that gauge. Some other options I'm thinking that might work that I haven't tried, so I can't verify it, would be like a Jameson. And those are fun to get in all different colors. Of course, they come in, I think, 25 grams, so you'd have to play around with the quantity you'd need for those. But all I'm asking is for you to knit 1 size. You wouldn't need to knit 3 sizes. So yeah, you could do this with only 2 colors. You don't need that third. That third color is just like, I don't know, maybe 5 yards of the color work. So you could omit that and just use one of your other colors for that part easily, not a problem. So 2 colors would be fine. So yeah, if that sounds like something you want to do, let me know. If you're on the fence about Brooklyn tweed, because I know that a lot of people don't like working with it, and I understand that, I have a fine time working with it. In fact, I wanted to make mittens out of it because I have a pair already that I love. They're very warm, they're very light. They wear like iron, they don't pill. They're wonderful. So for my climate especially, they are just fantastic. So I wanted more mittens out of Brooklyn tweed, and then this started, and then I said, hey, I think this is the design. So yeah. Let me know if you'd like to test knit. I will probably have the pattern ready within a week. That means I have to do it. So anyway, that's my last work in progress. And yes, on to sewing. I've been sewing bags a little bit. In fact, I've been sewing them out of my hand woven, and some of these are hand spun. I just brought this one because I thought it was cute. This was just screamed for a pink zipper. Look at the pink in there. And I've used this really sturdy, like, you can see the weave is very visible here. I don't know what kind of fabric this is, but nice and sturdy, lined bags with a zipper. So I've been working on those. I have an overlocker foot that I've been overlocking the weaving. I don't know if you can see that. It's overlocked, and I've been loving using mine with my hand woven fabric. So I thought I'd make a bunch more. I think I've got 5 going in various stages. I'm trying to assembly line them, see how that goes. That's it for sewing. I really have not had a lot of sewing mojo. I don't want to assign my sewing desires to a certain season, but it seems like spring and fall, especially, and summer too. I want to sew during those times. I haven't done really any spinning. I did take a Highland Handmade sprayed from the club this year and put it on my wheel and just spun for a little while, but I wasn't physically quite there yet. So hopefully soon. There's a little bit of it going. I think no, it's not a Shetland. I don't remember the blend. I'll tell you later when I show you. So acquisitions, and then we're done. Oh, half hour. Okay. So my husband Jaime, he got me this. Isn't that lovely? There are the boys, Arnie and Carlos. I think this is the 3rd design line, and this is Regia color 2459. I'm not sure why it says Rowan. Never mind. Maybe that was just a boo-boo on the part of the yarn store. Anyway, never mind. Disregard that. So he got me that. And do you guys know what else he got me? He got me a Nancy's Knit Knacks ball winder. And that's how I was able to do this monstrosity. The Nancy's Knit Knacks is like a lifetime tool. It needs to be a lifetime tool. It's expensive. That was my Christmas present. And I love it. And I have redesigned, reorganized, and what's that called when you move the furniture around? That whole thing happened to my craft room because of the Nancy's Knit Knacks ball winder. It needed a place of honor and a better place on my Swift that wasn't on my table where I do a lot of work. So, yeah, it's on my Instagram. So I got that and I wound up a bunch of stuff. Yes, I did. It works beautifully and I think it will hopefully last me forever because it's incredibly well made, and I think customer service, if there's anything that goes wrong, there's a lot of resources for getting it fixed. And I'm just very glad not to be contributing to the landfill in, just repurchasing a plastic $20 ball winder that lasts for a couple months really without issues, and then the gears immediately get stripped and it doesn't wind well, and you end up tossing it, and it lives for millions of years in a landfill. Anyway, I'm very lucky that I was able to get this. I have the last of my swaps that I reached out to people for in November, I think, October, November. And this is from Granny Sheep, who's Carrie from Michigan, and she raises Finn sheep and Corriedales, I think. I don't know what other breeds, but it is clear that these sheep are just excellent and well raised. And okay, let me show you what she sent. So this card, a little Boston puppy. Speaking of my Boston puppy, I assume she is in a blanket over a heating vent right now because it's really cold. Under 20 degrees. Look at that little nugget. Anyway, so she sent me that, and it's gorgeous fabric wrapped up in a pretty ribbon. She sent me some delicious coffee, and then wrapped up in another pretty ribbon was a sample from Merrill, one of their Finn sheep. And you guys, have you seen this? I'm just looking at this. It's really not. Oh, anyway, this is amazing. Gorgeous. I think this is a 6-inch staple length. I measured it. Raw fleece again. Oh, I do have some raw fleece then. It's gorgeous. Love the color. I've processed, for some reason I wanted to know how many fleeces I processed in my brief career of processing fleeces. And I've counted, and I think I've done 14. And at least 3 of them of that dark chocolatey brown that I love. A Jacob, a Corriedale Cross, and a Rambouillet. So I love that color. And then she sent some minis. And this is, she's Carrie at Serenity Farms Wool. So these are Corriedale minis. I've already knit with some of her Corriedale minis. These are worsted spun. This one's woolen spun and this one's worsted spun. And these are Outlander inspired colorways, natural colorways. This one is A Breath of Snow and Ashes. That's I want to say the 6th book in the series. And this one is Gravel Road at Dark. Lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely stuff. I loved doing the swaps. I may put a call out for more this winter. So let me show you, my last Highland Handmaids fiber. I think not this year, but maybe another year I will be rejoining. This is Falkland, and this is the Palmer, can't talk, Palmer colorway, and that'll be fun to spin. That will coordinate pretty well with the one I've got on the wheel right now, actually. And let's see. Oh, this is my friend. She sells her art. She makes amazing art. Check her out. She sent me a package as well. And I think she made this. Look how cute. This is not going to be saved for my Christmas tree. This is going to be hung up in my craft room. And then, oh, I just got pinched by a needle. Here's the other one. She and her family are incredibly talented. She sent me a kit that I wanted to share with you guys. That I think she had one that I admired at her house. And this is by Raising Up Rubies, Stitching the States. And this is a whole kit. Super cool. So it comes with Start Here, Washington. I guess if you're doing the whole United States map, that's where you'd start. So the presentation is amazing here. She is sort of zigzagged the edges of the cloth. And look, there's a needle minder. This is my state needle minder. And that's just this really strong magnet. And then a lovely package of floss, rainbow. And then this is, for some reason I thought this was Virginia, but I think this is the whole map. I actually haven't looked. It's the whole map. You know what would be fun? Yes. Oh my gosh, I really need to get this going. And I have a big hoop too that I could use. I need to maybe make this drop a pin kind of map, I've spun a fleece from here, or these are where the festivals happen, or internet friends live here. I don't know, does that sound like you could customize this to be something really fun for you? I thought this was just Virginia. This is the whole map. Now I'm even more excited. So that was Raising Up Rubies, Stitching the States. Boom. Okay. Is that all I have to show you guys? This is my next project for Handspun Winter. These are going to be gauntlets. Shocker. Hobbledehoy handspun, clouds and rainbows. I think I'm going to use this BFL for the cuffs as well because there's not a lot to go on. They're going to be kind of short mitts. So I want to extend the yarn. This I got in a swap too, little Ravelry bag. What are you guys going to make for Handspun Winter that you're not already working on? I want to know your plans. Post in the thread. There will be more prizes. Yeah, that's what's going on here. I feel like I may be missing something. I probably am. But I'll be back pretty soon. This was the longest... Oh, I know what I forgot to say. I'll get there. But this was the longest time that I have gone, I think even with travel to Spain, without podcasting. So I'm very happy to be back with you guys. I realized I wanted to give you my stats for the year, but maybe that's not of interest. And I think a lot of podcasters have been talking about what they knit in 2016. This was a year of fewer shawls for me. I'm going to talk about it anyway. You don't have to listen. I'll see you next time if you're leaving. If not, stick around. I knit quite a few sweaters. I knit 13 pairs of socks. I know that. Sweaters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sweaters. And let's see, what's next? 1, 2, this is gloves now. Gloves or mittens? 2. This is so thrilling, me going through my Ravelry. 3 or 4 hand woven items. Hats, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hats. I love putting in the next tag for the next year. Oh wait, no, 7 sweaters, 7 sweaters. 1 blanket I put together, that was the Shackleton blanket. 1, 2, 3, 4 shawls. Not a ton of shawls, not, I just kind of wasn't in a shawl place, I guess. Don't want to overanalyze it. And then cowls, let's see, 1, 2, well, there's 1 stuffy in there. 2 cowls, 1 stuffy, yes, for a total of 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44 projects. Probably fewer than previous years, but quite a good number of sweaters in there. Yes. So, plans for the new year. I want to celebrate 4 years of podcasting pretty soon. I'll be doing my fiber arts camp in February, and I'm really looking forward to that this year. And I have 7 kids, but now I have a co-teacher, Jaime, who's still working on his gauntlets, if you're wondering. He can at least help me with part of that. And we will be in Spain for a good part of the summer, so I hope to be doing some podcasting from there. And really looking forward to going back and seeing some people with whom I've made connections there that I really, really love. So, love to make connections with you guys especially. So please press the like button if you want to. Please subscribe if you want to. But other than that, what I really love is if you comment and we can have a conversation. So keep entering in the Handspun Winter, Cal. That's going through till the first day of spring. So until next time, you all take care.